Welcome, alumni from Ohr Somayach. Thanks for joining us. The Gemara Megillah says, "Chayev inish lebesumi v'porya ad lo yoda." That on Purim, a person is obligated to drink until he no longer knows the difference anymore. Rashi says you have to get drunk with wine. Now, what does that mean for us? Might have a few l'chaims, very good. But in general, in a person's life, they make calculations how happy they're allowed to be. And this really can change from moment to moment, from day to day, from year to year. You know, they say, what's the definition of chutzpah? When a person goes to a therapist because he has a split personality and he asks for a group discount. So a person, one day, he feels very good, things are going great, he got a raise, his wife was nice to him, his neighbors were nice to him, and things are going good. So he says, look, I can be happy today, very good. But then life throws him a curveball, things don't go his way, something negative happens, and he decides, now I have to be depressed, despondent, and in despair. You know, it's a normal human nature that person makes calculations based on their own life, and they process things in a certain way, and therefore he will respond accordingly. But on Purim, we have to break through those limitations. And a person has to say, Chayiv inish lebesumi ad lo yada, until he no longer knows. Meaning, what is ad lo yada? What does that mean? It means my understanding tells me that this is how I must feel. This is how I must act. And therefore we limit ourselves. We put ourselves into a box, we create boundaries. And on Purim, we have to break through those boundaries, and we have to transcend the normal and the rational way of acting, and we have to live ad lo yada, to connect to something that's much bigger. It doesn't matter, people have problems with parnasa, with a shidduch. Some like the shidduch, some don't like the shidduch. They say once there was actually a woman that said, before I was married, I was incomplete. But now that I'm married, I'm finished. So everyone's got something, everyone's got a pekala. You know, there's another story of a person who was once on rounds with the head of a psychiatry ward. And he got to a certain room, and there was a man inside screaming, Rochale, Rochale. And he said, what's going on with this guy? He said, oh, Nebuch, this person, he was once engaged to a girl, and it was the love of his life, and he was waiting under the chuppah, and she did not come. And he was broken, he was crushed, and ever since then he's been sitting here, Rochale, Rochale. No, sad story. They went to the other side of the ward, and lo and behold, he looks in the window, circle padded room, and another guy's sitting there, and he's saying, Rochale, Rochale. And the student says to the head of the ward, what's with this guy? I thought we just passed him. What's going on with this guy? He said, no, you don't get it. This is the guy that married her. So once again, everyone has their own situation in life, and we have to transcend on Purim. And the way that we feel down here creates an arousal above, and God will act with you the way you feel down here. So if you bring an energy of joy, of happiness, of transcendence here, God will reflect that and send that great divine energy back to you down here on Purim as well. You know, the mystics explain that there are three types of divine energy. There is the energy that fills this world, which is called Mimali Kol Almin. It fits this vessel that we have in this world. Then there's the divine energy that is above the world, that, so to speak, is so great, the light is so powerful, it can't fit into the vessel down here. That's called Soiviv Kol Almin. And then there is Keviyachol, God himself, which is above all that. He's the one sending the energy down. So on Purim, we tap in not to the energy that's here, the immanent energy. And not only do we not tap into the transcendent energy, but there is God who is referred to as Reisha de Lois Yada, the seminal point where all of creation comes into existence, God himself, as it were. God himself is called Reisha de Lois Yada, and on Purim you have to tap into Ad de Lo Yada, until you don't know, meaning until you tap into God who is unknowable. Purim, you can take yourself to that high point because you transcend all limitations. You don't put yourself in a box, and you open yourself up to infinity and to God's infinite blessing. Not what you wanted, but what God is capable of giving, which is, there's no limit. Ad de lo yada. And therefore Purim is a tremendous potential to reach levels which we do not have access to the entire year, and have a connection to the Creator in a way that is so profound and so deep that can be a springboard to take us to many beautiful places throughout our lives. And this is hinted through the service of Purim and a little bit of what we have taken from Ohr Somayach. It has given us the boost to do it as well. Those words that we started off with, Chayiv, inish, lebesumi, a person is obligated to get inebriated, to get in touch with his neshama, to overcome the smallness and the pettiness, to live with his bigness, to touch the infinite. Chayiv, inish, lebesumi, the same gematria as Ohr Somayach.